Hello all! I will get started in just a couple of minutes here. I am squaring away the last of the rat treats. We are a little bit picky about the flavor of our cereal puffs, so I'm negotiating with the pickiest of the two. I used to buy them like the little Gerber baby puffs that are in various fruit flavors, but apparently we've graduated to Fruit Loops, which, they're a lot cheaper for a lot more cereal. I'll roll with it. They are full of sugar, but the rats are already kind of tubby, so I can just feed them slightly less. Be back in a sec. Sorry about that. I've also been cleaning a whole lot, so I've kicked up all of the dust in my room right now. It is Ratmas crafting time and Ratmas decorating time, as all of my classes for the semester start to wind down. I take everything apart and put up all the decorations. The rats don't care, but, I do. In any event, let us get back to Ace Attorney. I am on case 1-5, which is, as I keep saying, not exactly who decided to lay out money on the game again. Where we are so far, we are in case 1-5. The gist of it is that a dead body was found in the trunk of Edgeworth's surprisingly snazzy red sports car in the parking garage for the prosecutor's office. The accused, Lana Sky, is the chief prosecutor currently, and her little sister Emma has come to Phoenix for help. There are various witnesses: Angel Starr, former detective, and actually a bunch of former detectives have come in to testify about things that they got mildly or completely wrong on purpose or not. And let's see. At one point, the police claimed that they couldn't investigate the murder in the parking garage better because there was a murder in the police station at the same time. It turned out that there was not a murder in the police station at the same time. There couldn't have been, mostly because their victim was the same as our victim, and you can't die twice in two different places, not even in a Phoenix Wright game. We cleared that up and cleared Officer Meekins of all of the accusations, but now we still have to figure out whether Lana is actually guilty of the original murder, which turns out to have been the only murder we have. We have discovered that pretty much everybody involved in this case was also involved in a separate case prior called the SL9 incident. The two of the detectives that were on the case, it was a serial killer case. Two of the detectives that were on the case have now been fired and are no longer detectives, and they're both kind of bitter about that. The prosecuting attorney in that case was the brother of one of the current detectives. He was actually a victim of the serial killer, and one of the investigators at the time was the now chief of police, Damon Gant, who appears to be working very closely with Lana Sky for something. We haven't really figured it out yet. So we've just finished the third day of the trial, which is technically supposed to be the last day of the trial, but we have gotten a special extension because we were sidetracked by a second murder that turned out to not actually exist. Meanwhile, every time we find something important, it turns out that Edgeworth is somehow screwed up. He was supposed to get the report and he waved the police officer away. He was busy receiving an award for, bestest prosecutor ever when all of this happened. The only reason he hasn't been accused of the murder in the first place is because he was busy receiving an award when the guy died. Otherwise, I'm sure he would be in the witness seat again, in the defendant seat again, and Phoenix would have to go to safety again. Anyway, we are after the third day of trial, which was supposed to be the last day of trial, but was not the last day of trial, and Phoenix, temporarily assisted by Emma Skye, has basically come back to the office to regroup.
I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said.
That's just the way it is. Yeah, Lana on the stand just, judging the evidence of that serial killer case. Nobody really has any telling what the right dude was the way and eventually executed for all the very serial killing. Just what the right not a good look for the prosecutor's office at all.
never forget it.
Lightning struck, and the lights went out.
Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. Remember the moment when Dark stabbed me in
Made it up. You mean provided bogus evidence?
my fault.
Edgeworth, honestly, Edgeworth never said although he months later
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. Too long in her How did you find me?
Run all the way over to your sister's office.
The detective office is in the questioning room or right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? It's news to me.
After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
Lana used to be a detective? I better have another talk with her. Another talk we shall have. I think we need to go back to the jail and check on Lana Sky.
Lana!
Mr. Wright, it seems like he's causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we?
Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty.
Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana. Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office. That's right. Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change of jobs? I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Emma, this doesn't involve just me. I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so fake. what was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place. What he tried to murder now you tell us.
That's where he found me.
Involved in the SL9 incident. Quite a coincidence. I don't buy it. No way everyone involved in the trial was also involved in that just by awkward. Most of these cases are actual puzzles, so you really feel like you're driving the order in which the story unfolds, in the small segments at least, even if you obviously are uncovering the plot more than writing it yourself. This story, it's really just they're trying to write you a novel with some button presses. I mean, it's the point of the visual novel genre, but it really reduces the feeling that you have any agency here. They're just telling you where to go for the next plot. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
Right. Chief of Detectives seems the same, though.
We go look for some other people to talk to.
Right. We can come back here later. What could Edward have been planning when he discovered the dead body of his uncle? Oh, they think that he's not a classmate. I knew it. John Wright.
Maybe I found out his history in writing. Why did he think he did it?
Day of the evidence trains. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently some of them tried to stop you. Detective Goodman, murder. The evidence block. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? It was certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth is my enemy. It was much later after a very popular character, like sure things that everyone thought was a bad guy, but it didn't really feel that on. Won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambita. Huh. Well, yeah, Damon Gant. Honestly, you're not supposed to like him. I don't like him, but you're intentionally not supposed to like him. His uh, his original name, his name in English suggests sort of demons, and Gant is from Ganto, his original Japanese name. The characters in his original name, Ganto Keiji, are they literally mean like little cliff and ocean kindness, something like that. It's a reference to an old Chinese phrase that you can basically you can pick on the mountains because they're something that you can actually push against or break down, but you really can't. But don't pick on the sea because there's no fighting the ocean. There is no mercy there. And it's in reference to his surface smiley personality and inner ruthlessness, some of which we have already seen. He's also just incredibly contemptuous of everybody, patronizing to literally everybody. And, you know, Phoenix is used to getting that treatment in court because he is still kind of a rookie attorney. Edgeworth is fairly pissy about it. The detectives are all fairly pissy about it because apparently he does this to everybody, and it's just, not great. Criminal affairs again. Okay. Something is amiss with my game settings. I think I forgot to adjust things like text box transparency. I don't actually want auto skip. I do want the vibration off, and I do want the screen shake off because frankly that just kind of annoys me. Anyway, saving my settings. Cool. This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. Interesting, the Chief of D's up there is the only, like, speaking NPC that doesn't really get his own portrait. He's not particularly involved in any of the cases beyond this one. I think they just didn't think it was worth it to give him a characterization, so he's not zany and he doesn't have, like, a speech portrait. I don't think he bothers talking to us in any of the other games. With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial. There's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir? We'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor.
Really? You mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we're not police officers or anything.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits. I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Head to the chief's office.
Absolutely. Let's go exactly as you just told us not to. Logical, right? Well, that's not off limits at all. Giant all the main in American Victorian New England, I actually I
Tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was.
Hmm? My attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh, but this office. It was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. I'll say we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I hurry up and get out of my Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there. Jump to conclusions much, Phoenix? The Office of the Chief of Detectives. There are probably lots of reasons that you're not supposed to be looking around in there. Honestly. You're not actually the center of the universe, it just looks that way because I'm playing a game with your name on it.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can Where's our favorite lunkhead when we need him? Hey, pal! Detective Gumshoe, aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee. Sounds like Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No? Why do you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. Except Edgeworth kind of seems to enjoy those, and I do not think he is having any fun right now. That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Why would Edgeworth be not only that, you know there's been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. The amazing talent of the prosecutor kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this... Yes, our world only knows the talent runs to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's not. There's no better recipe I know for making money. Hey Dick, keep up the good work. Yes, sir.
Well, it's lunch again sometime. My treat.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick?
Yes, sir. Now be careful. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about it. Girl, this is That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. We'll get over it somewhere here, okay? Transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
Killed a man that witnessed the accident. The lady who saw the second crime. The dog that came upon the scene was killed as well. Finally,
Yeah, this guy. You know what?
There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in. Yeah, looking quite disordered his findings. Prosecutor Marshall. Now see, this might be counted as part of the spree. It depends on how quickly they got him and took him in for questioning. Typically in this game, the criminals, at least the criminals that Phoenix is tasked with defending, are caught pretty quickly. The police don't hesitate to take a running jump straight into the middle of a random conclusion a lot of the time. Given that he turned himself in, they don't say what he turned himself in for. He might have turned himself in for the initial accident, but they never actually got around to, nailing down what he was there for. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness. What that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
That's right. Bring it back to the store. Plus, you'll see it's broken.
You have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
The victim, Neil Marshall, inside his own body. He was found deep inside the stab wound. See, that is one way you can match a knife to a wound. You can match the broken edges of things like knife blades in forensic. That is actually a thing forensic does. You match up paper, you match up the broken shards of things. And if you find a chunk of the knife inside a stab wound, that is pretty telling evidence. Well, did it match Dark's knife? You bet. Down to the last fiber. To carry a switchblade in Japan. I'm also not sure it's legal to carry a switchblade in Los Angeles, where the localization is technically set. There are a lot of places in the US where you can't carry a switchblade because it's considered a concealed weapon. A lot of places ban balisong or butterfly knives too for that same reason. Many of those places will happily let you carry a Bowie knife as long as it's on a sheath on your belt. If that's beside the point. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
The chief's out now, and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around, if that's okay.
Only detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What? Really?
Oh, but if I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. That is actually a thing.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I can. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because... One in, oh, I don't know, prosecutor's office? You know a lot of those now. No one's here today. Not even Miss Starr.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah. We were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow. Hi, prosecutor's extremely pink office. I wonder if Edgeworth is back yet.
There he is. It looks like he's writing something.
What is he doing here? Tough day in court, huh? Another allegation.
I'm rooting for you.
Always turn your head in real feelings. My responsibility as the prosecutor's child. That's fascinating to say. What excuses I might have. Why did I? So tell me why. Why has no one bottled up? Are you up for the trial tomorrow? Seems old. What about it? To be honest, you're getting on my nerves.
Edward, you can't just walk out on the child.
Tomorrow was the last day. The exchange was. I'll wake up to my superiors banking on. Only half as long as after Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I was also that I knew about him. With the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. That was the only thing on my mind at the time.
Stop taking around that time.
That's true. Things seem strange. Could you tell us again about what happened that day? The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in the ceremony at the station, right? How did that go?
You were awarded this.
They were receiving awards. Keep out. I finished up at the office and then drove over to the police department. You finished up at the office? Yes. Just a couple of things. Clarence. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. Well, I was asked to take things back. This.
Oh yeah, he told us to hold on to that, didn't he?
Yes. The piece of evidence indicated his close Sure. Everyone knows that. How do you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. Very well. Wait a minute. Objection!
I see. So the chipped shield and broken knife symbolize.
Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. I would like to point out that I have actually gone through a bunch of these scenes in Japanese, and Edgeworth does in fact talk. He sounds like a book. It's kind of adorable. It also makes it really, really easy to pinpoint which are his speech bubbles. The ancient tale ends with the merchant at a loss for words. But it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this.
Wow. Thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today.
It's funny. If that's so, then why not give initiative? You'll have to ask Chief Fury. Still, that's how it feels. Interesting. Well, let's see what Edward what he was writing before.
Right. Let's take a look.
Are you crazy? Edward was sitting right there.
Just distract him. I'll check it out.
Hey Edward, is that dude who swept you out the window there? Oh no, he's falling to the ground! First let me see what this girl's doing crawling around my feet. He didn't even look. You're having trouble reading. I'll read it for you. It says letter of resignation. Edward, tell me. Where's the just fall?
Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something.
Why people keep asking Phoenix to fix Edgeworth, I don't know. At this point, it's not particularly common knowledge that the two of them are friends. Like, Emma has no reason to know that Edgeworth is not just some dude Phoenix works with a lot. It's very much player knowledge kind of colliding with character knowledge and not well. Letter of resignation. I wonder if I can use it for anything. Well, now that we're done rifling through Edward's correspondence. Excuse me. pound of roast beef? Stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife. No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Miss Starr's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. Joe Dark. That's a name I'll not forget. Nothing's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana's guy was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. By that I mean his ability to attract attention. He produced the most incredible cases he had. You mean? Myself included. That makes things all the more infuriating. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. Why did she have to turn so cold after that? The prosecutor's office. What? You mean that's why Lana was transferred? If he could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly Ooh, alright, well. He'd come to a reason to let us in the office. Risk his job to let us in Gant's office. He's really worried for Edgeworth, and Edgeworth is doing some super worrying things, so, you know, let's bring these two pieces of information together. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I gotta make 150 copies of these files. Brewing coffee, copying files. I'm turning into a regular DJ.
You're a DJ as well?
If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk job.
Oh.
That is my persistency, but my answer is still no. Not letting you in the chief's office, period. Keep my neck on the line.
I have to take a look at that.
No way! Mr. Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? We learned a little bit about Edgeworth as a child in the previous case, and apparently he was just an uncommonly intense little, like, 9-year-old. He's always been like this. I can't believe they pushed him this far.
Mr. Edgeworth really feels responsible.
Trusted us detectives in providing the sound evidence. That's it. I've made up my mind.
But
Here, take my ID For Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, detective. Thank you.
Mr. Wright.
If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Yeah!
Sorry. I thought you were a ghost.
I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Detective Gumshoe, what are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. I was just worried something might go wrong. So I came too. If you're here, then what's the point in giving us your ID card? Gumshoe's ID crushed and rendered unusable in pockets. Hey, don't do that to my card. So I figured I'd have a look for myself. So I figured I'd have a look around myself. Come on, let's see what we can find out. No, never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Now then. Hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? Don't worry about it. It's supposed to start bothering you, pal. Don't just let it go with that. Alright. Okay, so what's don't think. Chief Gan might be a suspect, do you?
Mr. Wright, what do you think of him?
I'd like to point out that, despite my dislike of this case, that is possibly the most intelligent thing Gumshoe has ever brought up. Chief Gant. So let's finally come to this. What do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There you go, safe, isn't it? 7-digit number unlocks this safe. What numbers have we run into in this case that already have 7 digits? That's right, sports fans. These ID numbers. You know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. You want to try my birthday? It's, I have a better idea. There's nothing. Bingo.
What number did you enter?
Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on that record. Seven 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 seven. That I hear one second. That's Chief Van's ID number. Also, that's terrible security practice. You need to set a number on the make sure it's not definitely not set it to your semi-secret ID number because then this will happen. Although, as everybody looks with this, don't write down your crime. Now, a piece of cloth with a handprint, and a broken shard from a. They look like pieces of evidence. Yeah, but unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Let's see if it fits. Here, let me see that shard. I'll take practice. Go ahead, pal. Show us what a rookie can do.
Mr. Wright, here's some glue.
I can piece this together again. It'll prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. You don't... If you actually had to piece evidence back together like that, you would not, in fact, glue it. If you had to keep it assembled in a three-dimensional state for some reason, like to take a scan of its shape so that you could replicate it to do crime scene testing or something, there are actually a lot of reversible adhesives that will not harm the surfaces. A lot of them are used in art conservation. If you watch the Baumgartner Restoration channel like I do during time, fairly frequently, Julian actually uses a lot of reversible adhesives like rabbit skin glue and various other things that you can get off with heat or moisture or both. What you would use in a piece of evidence like this kind of depends on like what it was made out of and how permanently you needed it to stay together. Anyway, you wouldn't just use crazy glue on the thing. That would be tampering with evidence and it's bad. Here goes. There! It fits like a charm. That, of course, means Chief Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of this jar in his safe. Hey guys, get a load of this! This piece you just attached? Different from the others. I don't get it. Why would Chief Gant hide this in his safe? Sticking out your hand like that. Go ahead, take my fingerprints. When you take fingerprints, if you are taking them on a piece of paper, you actually roll their finger in ink. Nowadays, you don't actually have to do that. They just have nicer versions of the little biometric readers you have in literally every laptop on the market right now, I'm pretty sure, including the one that is sitting in front of me right now. The computer I am temporarily using to stream until I can figure out something better has a fingerprint reader on the touchpad.
It's not your fingerprints we want to take.
Huh? Come on, this isn't the time for jokes. We're talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh! I knew that. The one with the handprint on it, right? What's your sense of humor?
Okay, so let's check the print. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then take an absorbent print, blow the rest away.
Alright, get this over with. Doing here?
Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they?
Huh? It seems the prints are too old. They aren't clear enough to get a match.
Oh, that's too bad. I thought they'd be Dark's prints.
Hey, you! Over here. What's going on here? What are that kid's prints doing inside the cheap safe?
It's me.
Let's just keep this information from Emma for now. Here. Maybe you should hold on. Incident. Wonder what this is doing here. Hold on. What did you just say? I said, I wonder what. No, about evidence. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. I guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Not very kind, is it? In other words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the code? Cheap game. He'll be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in disguise. I was walking by right into a pole. Justin, I thought it was pretty Now get out. Get some. We'll be on our way soon now. The one without the spiky hair. With the spiky hair, you're Look, pal, as I told you once, I told you 1,000 times. The chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. Now that I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office, I think I'm finally starting to get the picture. Why is she kept eerily silent? I'm gonna try to keep things over. Later, pal. Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the chief's orders. Even if it means why not? I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Despite what everyone stabbed him with another knife. That would be Edgeworth's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, I had him shaking at the thought of stabbing me. That's why I cutting my hand. And that's the reason for the bandage on your right hand. Yes. It seems that I got blood on the victim's shoes as well. And then she saw me just as I punched the knife in. Ms. Starr, huh? Why do you need to hide dark knives? To know about this. That would explain why Emma's so confident about Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them that day. A bad feeling? The truth is, after I received those orders from Chief Gant, the first thing I did was make a phone call. A phone call to Patrolman Jake Marshall. Why on earth did you call him? afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. Wright, both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, pursue this tomorrow's trial. There's only one way to drive off on. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. 2 years ago. Yes, I will save my progress up to this point. Um, Alright. Well, we've got some investigating done. Predictably, Damon Gant is evil. Could have told you that from the start. Also, predictably, our client is technically innocent. And apparently Edgeworth is involved for a reason. He doesn't just have terrible luck. Again, I really hate the way that this case undermines the whole, like, revolution his character underwent at the end of the first game. The whole point of that was that he had done some very bad things, or at least he had verged on doing some very, very bad things, and Phoenix is the one who sort of pointed that out and set him back on the right path. He actually goes into a fair amount of detail about that in later games. He very much thinks that he owes Wright his life, in a pretty literal sense. Otherwise, his career would have just spiraled. He would have basically become Von Karma, and, he'd be horrible. This whole thing it retcons things into not being Edgeworth's fault, into him just being sort of naive. Um, it's I mean, it involves a whole other case that doesn't tie into anything in the rest of the game. Like, this SL9 incident is never mentioned again. The initial case that kickstarted everything in the first game, the DL6 incident, is mentioned repeatedly throughout the rest of the games. Like, other people who were involved in that case do come up again. Maya's family comes up again in later games. It's actually relevant to the plot. This bonus case ties into basically nothing. There's a lot of heavy-handed foreshadowing in it for what is supposed to be sort of a twist at the end of the next game. It's something that literally nobody will talk about until like the next to last case, I think. It ruins so much of what I think actually worked really, really well for the first and second games and the way they tie together. I think I'm going to hang it up here for today. As I mentioned, this case drags on and on and on. That investigation segment alone was 2 hours. I'd be doing this for probably 4 or 5 if I tried to segue into the trial at this point. We will finish this case eventually, I promise you. It's just very wordy and very heavy-handed, and eventually we will close it out, and I will publish my notes on it, and we will never ever speak of it again, because I don't like it, and I don't like having it. Once we finish case 1-5, we can move on to the second game, where it will all become zany and lighthearted and have a lot of very sort of affectionate and friendship-like feels for everybody. Again, the second game is as delightfully cockeyed as the first game. It was actually the first one I played, and you know, part of it is that Edgeworth isn't present at the beginning of the game, and Phoenix spends most of it basically sounding like Edgeworth left him. Basically sounded like it was a terrible breakup, like Edgeworth moved out and took the DVD collection and the dog while he was at work. He's pissy about the entire thing. He won't let anyone mention Edgeworth's name, like, the whole way through. And without Case 1-5, it is understandable why he's angry and confused at what ultimately proves to have happened. With this case, with Case 1-5 in there, it's really something that he should have seen coming, and while he probably would have been very angry about it, it is almost certainly not, it almost certainly would not have been a surprise. Anyway, having gone through that rant for like the 4th time today, I am going to sign off and find me some lunch before I go back to the Arachnas crafting. If you are interested in seeing all the Christmas decorations that go up in the rat cage, and I do decorate the rat cage for Christmas because I'm in charge of their house and it gets to look however I want, you can check out pictures on the Instagram or the Patreon that is listed down there in the contact bar. Some of the pictures go out on Instagram. A more extensive write-up goes out on that Patreon for people who actually support me. I'm an independent artist. I am supported by the people who enjoy my art. even kicking in a couple bucks a month on Patreon is still a couple bucks a month that I didn't have before, and it enables me to actually take the time to produce all of these lovely Ratmas crafts and video game Twitch streams and all that kind of stuff. I do have an LP in the works right now. I'm actually doing an annotated Let's Play of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles games. Some people have indicated that they would like to see these played, but I find that the appeal of them is very, very different from the mainline trilogy games, so I'm going to do it as an LP rather than right here on Twitch. Partly because of the slightly different audience appeal, and also because they are even more long-winded than these games are. They're very. The Great Ace Attorney is kind of slow to get going, and there's a lot of historical background that I think probably most people playing it don't have just sort of cached at the front of their brains. So the annotated Ace Attorney playthrough is my effort to sort of, do the pop-up video thing for a video game. You can watch that game playthrough, and you can see my commentary on it on the side. That was put on hold for a bit when I had a computer die on me, but I now have a temporary computer up and running, which is the thing OBS is streaming on in fairly mediocre fashion right now. Thank you for joining me for this playthrough of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Case 1-5. It will be over someday, I promise you. In the meantime, it is lunch, it is crafting. I will pet the rats for you. Anybody who wants to leave a message, feel free to drop it in chat anytime I'm online. I don't know if you can DM people on Twitch when they're not online. Probably you can, since Twitch thinks it's social media now and rather than a broadcast channel. Anyway, I don't really understand how Twitch works. If you do, let me know. I'm sure there are lots of things that I'm overlooking here. In the meantime, join me next week. Same rat time, same rat channel. I will be on here the weekend before Christmas trying to finish Case 1-5 before we all just sort of collapse into a pile of holiday cookies and tinsel. I'll be back. I hope you'll be back too. Thank you for joining me this week, and bye-bye.